Hoes.
Sissy, you ready? Good morning, guys. I hope I packed my chapstick because it is so cold. Oh, I'm about to put it right here. Alright. Good morning, guys. I need lotion on my hands too. Today is Vlogmas day 3, and we are heading to physical therapy for Sabrina. I think she has a chiropractor appointment today too. I don't know. But yeah, it is freaking cold outside. It is 59 degrees. So cold. I didn't even finish my hair last night because I ended up having to run to the emergency room with Tristan. And so when I came home, I edited my vlog. I did my elf setup. And then I called it a night because your girl was tired. So I'm gonna focus on the road, and I'll get y'all. I lost all my nails this morning. All of them broke off, and I got one hand with nails. I'm like, should I just break these off? Stupid thing not reading. I hate this post doc stain. But you gotta say good morning to the aunties and uncles on YouTube. Ooh. Safe catch, guys. Safe catch. Safe catch. This is pretty much a day in the life for Vlogmas. So y'all see like what my day consists of and why it's hard for me to be consistent. But that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Because there's a lot of people that goes through a lot way worse than what I'm going through. And they're able to be consistent in their life with different things. So that's no excuse for me. This is another thing. When I'm driving and the feeding machine goes off. Now I gotta pull over. Let me see if I can reach it. Reach it. Alright, so I'm probably gonna stop and grab something on the road to eat because I am freaking hungry. Like maybe like an avocado toast with egg or something. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm tired. I'm drained, guys. Like, oh my gosh, I need a vacation. Like, I need God to just please answer my prayer and heal my baby. I know he's healing her little by little, and I see the changes, but baby, I need this healing to be like a speedy, fast healing, recovering process, and for her to just be on the path of, you know, like normality. Well, because man, when I tell you, when you see these parents out here with special needs kids or kids that are like really like with cerebral palsy. I watched this movie on Disney Plus. It was called Out of Your Mind, and I'm gonna put a picture of it up here so y'all can see. I watched that movie, guys, and I cried because I could not imagine having a kid. Well, I can't even say I cannot imagine, because whatever life gives you is what you just have to work with. But I would be so drained. I wouldn't know like what to really do, and I would just have to figure it out. Because man, like even when like in the movie, I don't want to spoil the movie for anyone who wants to watch it, but like in the movie, the little girl, like the dad was in the house looking for the sister, and he couldn't find her, and then the mom is like angry that the girl broke the machine, and then she's backing up, not seeing the sister, but the girl, the person of the movie, like whatever you want to call her, the main character of the movie. She saw the sister coming behind the car while the car is like reversing, and she can't talk, so she's just like blah, 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 and she's like beating things up. And her mom, instead of her mom like stopping and like trying to have her like point it out, the mom was like, no, that's unacceptable. Like she's like going off on the little girl, and she hits her own daughter, like the youngest daughter. And I'm like, damn. And then could you imagine that child now feeling the guilt, like because I couldn't talk, I could not stop you, man. And like it was a lot. I was just like, what the hell? I just started crying because it is hard. It is really hard. And not saying that Sabrina will be that way, because she makes babbling sounds now. And she's in all the things to help her, but it's hard, like being consistent, like because I don't want her to fail. That's why I'm so, like this morning I was so tired. I snoozed my alarm maybe 3 times before maybe 4 times I would say. No, definitely not, because the kids didn't go to school because Tris was sick. So I didn't send Tiana because we don't know what Tris has. But I snoozed it. Like I normally wake them up at 6 o'clock. I didn't get up till like 7:45. Gave Sissy a bath. Took a bath. Monday got her dressed and everything. I had to be like, you know what, just because the kids didn't go to school doesn't mean that she should miss her therapy session. You know, like this is to better her. And so like, you know, I just have to be stern with certain things when it comes to her, because like I don't want her to fail, and I want her to have the best like I want her to have the best opportunity to recover from this situation. And so I beat on myself, because that's what moms do. I beat on myself and I push myself to just not give up, sorry guys, you guys are sliding, to not give up, and to make sure that I attend these things, make sure that I am like on top of every freaking thing that she has going on. I don't take no for an answer when it comes to her health. Well, when it comes to any of my kids' health. And that's how mothers should be. If you're not like that, baby. But I'm not going to judge. We're not here to judge. But yeah, so the medical field is really crazy, and I think it's like that because their lack of staff, and that's no excuse. I just feel like when you're in the medical field, put yourself in that person whose care you're taking care of. Or look at it like, this could be my grandma. Would I want a nurse like me taking care of my grandmother, treating her like this? Or this is someone's child. Would I want my child to be in this situation and I can't be here 24/7? Like, the medical field is just so crappy. And I feel like a lot of people, and I'm just voicing my opinion, just like everyone can voice theirs in the comment. I just really honestly feel like a lot of these nurses are in it for the money, and they're not in it for the love of being in the field. Or a lot of them are in it for the love of the field, and they're just burnt out because they're dealing with an unsupportive team and facility, you know. But to each your own, as I stated, you as a parent just know that you have to advocate for your kids consistently, and that's what I'm learning throughout this process. And that every time I tell, like, when people be like, oh, I have a favorite kid, I don't have a favorite kid. I love all my kids equally, because each and every one of them has brought different things to my life. Like with Tris is my first. Tris matured me at a very young age. I got pregnant with Tris when I was 19, and I had him when I was 20. And so at that point, I knew that I didn't want to be that careless mom. So that made me mature very quickly. And then with Tiana was my first preemie. And so Tris wasn't really in sports, but I would bring him places like theme parks, adventurous things. But having Tiana and knowing how, because she was preemie and they were saying like she's gonna be so delayed, I started reading to them. I started to incorporate a lot of things that I learned from Tiana developmental wise. I started incorporating that into Tris as well. So then I started to change things that I used to do. I started to get more into, because Tris never knew about Santa Claus growing up. I just bought gifts, he opened them, and that's that. And then, oh, she's kicking. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I didn't do Tooth Fairy with Tris either. I did it, but I wasn't consistent with it. And what else? So like having Tiana now, we do the elf on the shelf. We do, that is Santa brings the gifts. I try to, like, I'm more of a gentle parent because of Tiana. And I'm now learning about different love language from each kid because of Tiana. So certain things I'm learning having Tiana. Now when it comes to Sabrina, because her case is more critical, I'm now learning, like, you know what? Every kid should have a privilege of being in speech therapy, physical and occupational, because whether or not they have a medical condition, because I'm realizing the importance of it, but because it would be hard for each kid to have it and each kid learn differently, that's why it's not open, unless you have a medical condition. And so, but that's now teaching me that all these things that I'm learning in this facility with Sabrina, I can do that at home with my other kids. So like I'm learning different things. It's like sometimes if I sit down and think about it, it probably drive you crazy. But man, the power of learning is so crazy. Like I was even reading a book to Tris. The Places You Can Go by Dr. Seuss. And I'm like, yo, I had Tris gutting the book out, and I'm like, Tris, what is these 2 pages talking about? And like when he really analyzed, like I'm trying to have Tris think out of the box, because for him to be like a 10-year-old, he's very like closed-minded. Like he's thinking little, and I need to be thinking big, And so I'm every time we're reading a book, I'm having him dissect the book to make sure that he's understanding what he's reading. And it's a learning process, because that's not something that I've ever had him do before. But as I said, going through physical therapy with Sabrina and stuff like that, things that we talk about, like I'm like, dang, I can actually do that with Tris, or I can actually do that with Tiana. And so, as I said, it's a learning process. Each kid has taught me something different learning wise. It's encouraging me to want to go back to school. Like at first I wanted to be a nurse, like a RN, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But I love kids, so I was like, you know what, I want to be a therapist for kids who've experienced trauma. And then I was like, no, I don't want, now that I'm going through this, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, I want to be a resource, but then I don't want to do that either. And now, like, I don't know. I really don't know what I want to go back to school for. but I know it's something pertaining to the medical field, and I do know that I want to work with kids. And at first I wanted to go back, and I also wanted to go back to be a neonatal doctor. And then I was like, I don't know. But I'm going to make the first step of signing myself up for school. That I do know. And then as the time go on throughout my courses, I can figure out what I do want to do. So, wish me luck. I'm going to focus on the road, and I'll pick y'all up. I don't want to be chatty too much, you know, so. Alright guys, so I did a little quick stop, and I got myself some coffee from Dunkin's, and I got me a, what the hell, I didn't know they was gonna put my egg like this, but I got me what is this, avocado toast with egg on it. So I'm gonna eat that while I'm driving. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm hungry. Yeah, you're so dramatic, sissy. You're okay. You got a long weekend, that's all. Alright guys, so we are currently leaving physical therapy. Just gonna recover you up, yeah, you wanna get sick. Alright, so we're currently leaving physical therapy, and we're heading across the street to her chiropractor appointment. I do have Sabrina seeing a chiropractor because she does her joint adjustments, and that helps when you're doing physical therapy. So if she's doing physical therapy with her joint adjustments, then it helps with her being so tense. So like she's always like tight, and I didn't want to do Botox. The hospital did offer Botox for her, but I didn't want to do the Botox just because there's a lot of risk with it, and also she's already on a lot of medication, and just adding in Botox is just too much. So I was like, yeah, let's try something else. So we're gonna try that route for now. If I don't see any changes in the tightness, then I will. And I don't even want to go back into details of that. If you guys want to know why I didn't have Medicaid for and my primary insurance for her in the beginning process, I did share it on my Instagram story, and I have it as a highlight. Just click on my NICU highlight, and then I went into details on that, like about how they had her in the system as deceased and why I couldn't get her on any insurance plan. So I went into details on my highlight. I'll put my Instagram name on the screen so you guys can go and see. And I also explained it on the GoFundMe, and that should be in the description box too, so you guys can click on it and read her whole story on there, because I ended up just posting a lot of stuff. And that was another thing too, is like when I constantly have to keep updating the GoFundMe, I feel like I'm reliving my trauma, and then it's like I'm going to therapy for all of this, and I'm having to elaborate so much on it that it started to become like I started to develop anxiety. I started to fall into depression states and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? No more. Like, no more. But we're at her chiropractor's appointment. It's at 11:20. It's now 11:16. So I'm going to head out and, like, bring her up there. I don't think I'm going to pick up the camera when we get out of the chiropractor. If I do, see you guys then. If not, I'll see you guys back at home. See,
you gotta encourage her to do it, you know, without because the puppy, of course, is giving her the support, but you gotta try for her to use.
See, now she's trying to put her foot to
her
crawl.
arms, and it'll also, you know, the more you put her in her tummy, it'll help.
Hey guys, I'm editing my vlog and I remember that I did not end out the vlog. It is now 2:20 and I set up the elves. I just got off work, took a bath, and I'm like, damn, I did not end my vlog. So this is the elves for tonight. Simple, easy. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next vlog. What would be Vlogmas day 4, I think. Alright, see you guys. Love you. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Say a prayer before you go to your bed. And thank you so much for... Say a prayer before you go to your bed. Remember, God loves you. And thank you so much for supporting. Bye.